Hello, this is Dustin, and this is my presentation on the religion of Jediism. And pictured here, starting off with, is a logo for the religion that I've seen used, though I haven't seen it used all the time. And starting off with, what is Jediism? Well, Jediism is a religion slash philosophy that bases its beliefs and principles off of those from the Star Wars universe. So the concepts of, kind of like Jedi, hence the name, Sith, etc. They kind of dark side, light side. They base it off of that. It's based off of that. And it's similar to Taoism from what I've seen, which was actually surprising to me because I didn't expect it to have a lot of relations to any real world religions, but it does. And it first appeared in 2001 when over 300,000 people put Jedi as their religion for the census, and from there it became its own thing. And here it's just some people fighting with lightsabers. Now, what are the beliefs of Jediism? Well, the biggest thing is everyone who practices Jediism, they believe in the Force, which is a force, and they believe it flows through all living things, and it's the fundamental nature of the universe, the thing that connects everything together. So like Tao and Taoism, that's the big similarity and big concept of Jediism to Taoism. And they also believe in the sanctity of a person. And everyone who follows Jediism believe in what's known as the three tenets, which are focus, knowledge, and wisdom. And the big thing is the Jediism has the Jedi Code, which is ripped from Star Wars, and that code is pictured here. And the code is: there is no emotion, there is peace, there is no ignorance, there is knowledge, there is no passion, there is serenity, there is no chaos, there is harmony, and there is no death, there is the Force. So clearly they put a lot of emphasis on peace of mind, state of mind at peace, and focus on that, hence the three tenets: focus, knowledge, wisdom. And there's also what's known as the 16 teachings. Those are also, there are 16 teachings that are big that they follow, and those connect to what I've just mentioned, the tenets and the code. It all connects, all the dots connect in their beliefs, similarities. And there's also a creed. They also have, from what I've seen, they actually have a creed, and it's kind of taken from other outside sources. So like Christianity, there's a creed, but it's a little bit different. And what are the ethics of Jediism? Well, they are against the use of torture and the death penalty, hence connecting back to the sanctity of a person. But I'm not sure how far they are with it. I'm not sure if it's a himsa or anything. So I'm not sure if it's totally against harm or violence, but they are against cruel torture and death penalty. And they believe they use reason and compassion to decide what is right, and always avoid using emotions. They're really against emotions in Jediism, like Taoism. Keeping the mind in a flow state, peace of mind. But they're also against discrimination, and they believe in freedom of expression, free speech, and they also believe in self-determination from what I've seen. And that leads us to emotional experiences of Jediism. I've already kind of answered this, but similar to Taoism, they put less emphasis on emotions. And the center of emotional experiences is they're against emotions. They really prefer the one tenet, focus, of the three tenets, always trying to maintain focus. So kind of like a ritual is meditation, or a practice of Jediism, or people who practice Jediism practices meditation to keep their mind at peace, and that's why I've highlighted here the first part of the Jedi Code: there is no emotion, only peace, because they are very against emotions because they worry it can ruin one's life. And that leads to material expression slash sacredness of Jediism. And generally, it's really decentralized. It's a decentralized religion, so there's not really a lot of actual material expression that's associated with it. And which is why there's no clothing requirements. But sometimes people do wear robes, like the Star Wars, like Obi-Wan pictured here. And there's no official core text of the religion, but people have written books on Jediism, which I have a few pictured here. And there's also Star Wars novels and books that could be seen and connected with it. So anything Star Wars or Jedi related could be material expression. But a few people have actually tried to make official temples for Jediism. Include examples the Church of Jediism in England, which was founded by Daniel M. Jones, who's pictured here in the bottom right corner. And there's also the Temple of the Jedi Order, which I have their logo up in this upper right-hand corner. And they have a site, and from what I've seen, they actually have sermons and stuff. And their site is actually where I've gotten a lot of my knowledge on Jediism. So they're really helpful in helping me make this presentation. And that leads to Jediism as a community. Well, most of the community is actually online. There's not really as much in-person stuff, though that exists. And it is worldwide from what I've seen, but it's most common in the UK. Unfortunately, though, their numbers of people who identify it are declining. And that's due to people practicing it as philosophy rather than a religion, and due to it also being not officially recognized as a religion by governments. And because a lot of people consider it more a philosophy, anybody could become a Jedi or practice Jediism. So there could even be such things as like a Muslim Jedi, Christian Jedi, etc. As long as the concepts don't affect the core beliefs, you could become a Jedi. And for example, the number of people who consider themselves Jedis in the UK was 390,127 in 2001 when that initial census happened. But now it's declined to what's estimated to be only 2,000 in 2020, so similar to Scientology's numbers. And the number of people worldwide who practice Jediism is unknown. I don't really know the exact number. I couldn't really find it. But despite the decline, it stays strong for the online community. For example, the Force Academy. They're an online community that help people on their journey of finding the Force and growing in their Jedi's beliefs. Yeah, despite all that, it still exists and it's still going strong. And these are my sources. Anyways, these are my sources that I used. And that is my presentation on Jediism.